Are we ever going to record these episodes?
Oh, we've been recording this whole time.
I know, but something relevant that people actually want to hear.
Get your 3 lady stuff ready. I can't wait to talk about that.
Dude, I just as soon as I have a thought and it's gone, it is gone. I totally had no idea what the fuck you were talking about. That was yesterday.
Yep. Literally yesterday.
Yeah.
We had voice notes and everything. And you were like, I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast.
Forgot all about it.
Great.
As soon as something goes through my ears, it's gone. Hi, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kelly, and this is a Court of Theories podcast,
where we deep dive all things ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, and Crescent City.
This podcast contains spoilers. Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Looking for my content. Why do you still want to do this with me? I'm literally the worst.
I don't have a lot of choices. So, also, what else would I do on a Friday night? I would sit in bed and read Glow so I can go and read Gold.
Okay. Also, this was Wednesday, not yesterday. So I've had 2 days for this to exit my brain. Okay, so Wednesday night, I am looking on Pinterest for living room ideas because what?
For living room ideas. Like, I was expecting you to be like, I was looking on Pinterest for theories and
no.
For my fucking living room.
I needed to know what type of TV console to buy.
On Pinterest? Is that?
Listen, people take pictures of their already decorated homes and all the pieces are there.
Yeah, it's called HGTV.
Oh my God. I can look at individual pieces of things and be like, cute or ew. But then I cannot put things together. And then when I see
it
stuff.
shows in your tabs.
Whenever I see put together rooms, I'm like, I love that. But if I saw those curtains on a website by themselves, I would think they were hideous. So anyways, yes, I do look at Pinterest.
I love your love for Pinterest.
Yeah, I really don't use it that much. But every time I do, apparently I tell you because
I'm like, it doesn't sound like you don't use it that much.
I really feel like I don't. But anyways, I was on there. And my homepage is a mix of mid-century modern living rooms and
Faye Dick.
No. What is wrong with you?
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing.
And I've completely lost my train of thought. Like fantasy novel character drawings, essentially.
So Faye Dick. Fat boy penis.
No. Say fat boy?
Fat boy.
Oh. Like, how is that related?
You're like, not that Pinterest page.
Confused. Anyways, I open it and this picture that is on my home feed, like front and center, as soon as I open it, I audibly gasped because it's 3 seemingly scary women. The first one is pouring what looks like a cauldron onto the roots of a tree. The middle one has like a loom of silk. She's a weaver. And the one in the back has black feathery wings and some kind of weird scissor things. I don't know. Anyways, I'm like, what the hell is this? Would you like to know what it is?
I would love to know what it is. Tell me. Tell everyone. What is it?
Are the Norns. The Norns, which is some kind of beings in Norse mythology.
Are they
and apparently
to
there's
the
like
fates? Is that what it is?
These are.
Yeah.
But these are called the Norns, but apparently there's like hundreds of thousands of Norns. It's not just these 3 women. Anyways,
that's lame.
Female beings who create and control fate. But I was like, okay, cool. What's up with the trees? They are literally watering the roots of the tree of life that we've been talking about for 2 weeks. And they keep all 9 worlds alive by taking care of the tree.
Casually.
The Yggdrasil tree. I was like, what the hell? And the cauldron. So whenever Feyre is like describing that painting in Tamlin's house of the mother creating Prythian, she said it's like a cauldron being poured out. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, what is this? So now I'm like, okay, what's happening?
Which also, I just would like, that Listening Stars that does the page overlays that I like a lot. That's redoing ACOTAR like a comic book. They're gorgeous. I haven't seen them actually. Listening Stars.
I have seen them. I don't own them, but I have seen them.
Oh, I own all of them. She's going to drop some new ones next week. She has a beautiful drawing. I actually even have the print of it in my office of the hands pouring the cauldron out.
I feel like I might have seen that because I have a mental image of that, and I'm usually not very good at doing that from nothing. So I feel like I probably have seen it.
It is absolutely gorgeous. It is in my office. I have it as an 8x10 print, and I adore it. It's just beautiful. And I actually think it ended up being one of the page overlays.
So I have a question. Mm-hmm. I hadn't thought of it until literally just now, because whenever I saw it, I was thinking of Feyre and her sisters, of course.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like saying this out loud, I'm like, okay, so is the one with the cauldron the mother? Is the one with the creepy black wings Erd? What is the person in Throne of Glass called? Could that be the other one? Is there a one?
They talk about so many gods.
Whose tits does what's his face talk about? Or is it, yeah. And then the mother. Don't they say something like that in Glass?
God, they talk about so many different gods. There's like Mala Firebringer, Elena, like.
I know, but I was thinking of like a generic term. The mother. I guess Erd.
Don't they talk about Erd in Throne of Glass?
They do in Crescent City.
Yeah, no, wait, hold on. What gods?
Erd is of Flame and Shadow. Because whenever Bryce is like describing the House of Flame and Shadow, she says, and all members that even Erd herself can't see or something. Then I guess, yeah, you're right. They say Chthona, which I guess there's like multiples.
Yeah, because they have, that's the thing. In Throne of Glass, there are a ton of them. You've got Aneth, you've got Deanna, Hellas, Kiva, Lanai, Inna, Lumas, Mala Firebringer, Tihome, Silba. Oh, Silba is the goddess of healing, healers, and gentle death. So we do hear about Silba a lot because of the healers. Vanth, the three-faced goddess, they do talk about in Throne of Glass. So is this basically the three-faced goddess?
I don't know.
There's also more. I would just like for you to know that.
I just had a thought. What do they say in Throne of Glass? Like Agatar, they're like, cauldron boil me, mother's tits. Are they expletives? I don't know.
No, I don't.
And then Bryce says burning soulless. Chthonia's tits. Everybody's talking about.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think that there's any. I think that they just say a lot like gods above or.
I don't even know how to search that.
Yeah, I don't either. I was trying to look and see. And I don't really see anything ever mentioned. You know how they mention like Chthonia's tits or mother above or cauldron boil me. Like, I don't think that is really mentioned too much. Like I said, they talk about
Silba. It's been a while since I've last read those in the spring. So it's been a while for me.
Oh, it's been even longer. Like
By the Cauldron, Mother Spare Us, Reddit thread. I find myself wanting to talk to others the same as in ACOTAR books. Cauldron Blessed and Mother Help Us. I've been way too far into these series. It's becoming my life. And the first one
Did you write that?
No. I've said By the Cauldron multiple times in public and nobody knew what I was talking about. I've also said Fae male bullshit when my friends have been acting like idiots. Absolutely no one understands. I 100% say cauldron boil me when I'm irritated with my children. That's awesome.
What else are you looking up?
I just really wanted to find a list of all the stuff. Surely it exists somewhere. Oh, one of their names literally is Erd.
Who?
One of the Norns.
Oh, so you were right. Mm-hmm. Look at you. Guessing right.
But then did you open that link I sent? Because then the next picture is they're by water and there's a swan in the lake. But another thing I thought was cool was like some of this imagery, like it says that there's not any evidence that they were like ever worshipped or anything. But I was reading that Vikings, I think, believed that they wove the fate of newborns and like, it couldn't be changed once it had been decided, essentially. So they would like do different rituals, like little stuff to try and give good luck to the kid's fate.
Yeah.
But anyways, this illustration I thought was really cool. It's the three of them sitting in a circle and half of it is like a crescent moon. The other half is like a waxing moon. And then there's three interlocking triangles. And they've got like symbols. And one of them looks like a cross. One's a line and one looks like lightning. I don't know what the hell. But they're all just chilling. Oh, that serpent is underneath them.
Oh, yeah. He's creepy.
He is. But it's just blowing my mind how it just keeps getting built out more and more. as soon as I feel like I've learned everything there is to possibly learn. Oh my God, I just thought of something else I was going to tell you. We keep talking about the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Have you seen the inside? Have you seen the map of Crescent City? I know you have, but have you noticed the fucking tree that literally has symbols from every section of Crescent City on there? Go get the book. Elevator music. Oh, I'm not the elevator music. There's actual elevator music. Okay. Hit it, Kelly. Then this picture by another lake with swans and snakes and spiders. And then I was thinking of the spiders from Throne of Glass. And I was like, so all of it, I was just like, this is all being very connected. Look at that tree on the left. The tree on the left. Your thumb is literally on the tree.
And look, it's got the little hole. There's a fucking snake.
And look, like there's
a hand hold. That's a hand. That's a heart.
And then the bottom, you've got the skull for the bone quarter down at the roots.
That's all the roots. The roses growing up.
5 roses.
Yeah, this.
Can I tell you that I've read Crescent City? This is like my 4th read, maybe. I literally just now understood that Fyro means 5 roses.
Oh.
I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. Every time they said Fyro,
you
5 roses.
You silly bridges.
The Angel's Gate. There's some angel wings right above the Crescent City banner.
Mm-hmm.
The meat market. There's the snake.
Yeah.
Obviously the moon for Moonwood.
I just realized that.
The hand, I'm assuming, is Asphodel Meadows.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Do you think the roses are for 5 roses?
Yeah, I do. What's the heart for?
Each string does something different, and the last one is time.
String?
Didn't you say the harp?
The heart.
Oh. Through love, all is possible.
It's like, what are you talking about?
I thought you said harp.
I know, but like all these other ones represent a section of the city. I just assumed that maybe. Because like all the gates.
Oh, because of the literal heart gate in the middle of the city?
Oh, that makes sense. There's no picture of one, though.
No, there
all
really
the other
isn't.
ones have a picture.
Well, the River Gate doesn't have a picture. The Merchant's Gate doesn't.
No,
the Angel's Gate. So by the gate doesn't have it.
I'm with you. It's for the gates, not necessarily the actual
Also,
districts.
I'm really upset that the old square has 10 stars and not
7.
Yeah. Why'd you do that, artist?
What does it mean?
What does it mean? Also, the city wall is a perfect circle. Be like a snake.
Like a snake that would surround Midgard.
Mm-hmm. And it's just so wild that it's the Eastros River that surrounds the Bone Quarter. Like in motherfucking hell.
Oh my God, I had a thought. That just made me think. I had a thought when we were talking earlier and I was like, oh, I need to say this later. We talked all last week about how the Court of Nightmares could be hell and how there's a goddess of hell that like takes care of it or watches over it. What's Moore's mom's name? Could her name be Hell? Could she be the Hell goddess? Moore's mother? We don't know shit about her.
Oh, I was about to say, do we know her name?
I don't think so.
I was about to Google it.
It's out in the open, but I'm just like, could we? Could she be?
What?
Because actually, I didn't think about it until Madeline sent me that thing about.
It just says Morgan's mother.
It's presided over by a fearsome goddess whose name is also Hell.
Well, Moore's mom sounds like a little bitch.
What does Kier mean? Do we know?
Dark and dusky.
Not like leader of the underworld or anything. So it could still be Moore's mom.
Kier is.
Why did I say it? Ma'am.
So you sound like me. Kier is a Gaelic masculine name that means dark. Born from the Irish Kier, C-I-A-R, Kier cuts a brooding figure who finds comfort in the deeper recesses of their mind. I was trying to remember exactly what the Morgan means just while we're talking about Kier.
Who's her parents?
So it has been translated as Great Queen or Phantom Queen.
Oh.
It is
like a ghost?
Like a ghosty. The Morgan is mainly associated with war and fate.
And I was like, oh, could they be dead? And you're like, no, she's not dead.
I don't think she's dead.
Phantom.
Especially with foretelling doom, death, or victory in a battle. In this role, she often appears...
What?
She often appears as a crow.
Just like the bird on the dam in front of Crescent City, which I was thinking about that today. I'm like, What's that have to do with literally anything?
She incites warriors to battle and can help bring about victory over their enemies. She encourages warriors to do brave deeds, strikes fear into their enemies, and is portrayed washing the bloodstained clothes of those fated to die.
Because that's never mentioned in Crescent City, right?
The Morrigan?
No, that bird.
No, that's why I was like, is there a Black Raven? Because I just keep talking about Elain and her vision. Could it be more than just the twins? The Morrigan is also is often described as a trio of individuals, all sisters, called the three Morrigna, Morrigna. In mythology, membership of the triad is given as Badb, B-A-D-B, Macha, M-A-C-H-A, and the Morrigan, who may be named Anad. It is believed that these were all names for the same goddess. In modern sources, Nemain may also be named as one of the three Morrigan along with Bad Macha, although her inclusion is unclear. The three Morrigna are also named as sisters of the three land goddesses Iriu, E-R-I-U, Banba, and Fadla. The Morrigan is described as the envious wife of the Dagda and a shape-shifting goddess. She is associated with the Banshee of later folklore. So what else?
Okay, this is weird. This picture, it says it's hell, but of course, it's a drawing. But it's a blonde woman with red lips and a red dress.
Of course it is. Does she have a glass of wine in her hand?
No.
Or wouldn't that be something?
Half her face is alive and the other half is like corpse-like.
Like the Corpse Bride.
Yeah, kind of, actually. She's the daughter of Loki, sister of Fenrir the wolf. She's the sister of the wolf and the Jormungandr world serpent. Really?
What a family. Can you imagine Thanksgiving at that house? My God.
Her name means hidden and refers to the dead who are either buried or cremated and whose souls are invisible to the living.
Wait, who is this?
Hell.
Oh, hell. Sorry.
You're thinking about more, aren't you?
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Who? The Phantom Queen?
I wanted to see if she has like children.
Maybe they're cousins with Nyx. I don't know. I'm just trying to full circle it here.
The giant snake is so freaky.
In every art depiction, it truly is scary.
It's just enormous. Like this is, she's like sitting by it and it's not as big as the world, but like it's as thick as she is. And it's
I don't
grossing me
like
out.
it. I don't like it.
This is so funny. The gods of Asgard receive a prophecy that these children will grow up to cause them distress, and Odin either sends for them or rides to Jotunheim to bring them back to Asgard himself, where he can monitor their activities. The three children are the young woman Hel, the wolf puppy Fenrir, and the little serpent Jormungandr. Do you love that your brother and sister's name are Hel and Fenrir, and your name's freaking Jormungandr?
Jormungandr.
Odin almost instantly hurls Jormungandr into the sea and throws Hel down below the icy realm of Nilfheim. So funny.
Probably what so many parents want to do with their children. They're like, yeets them. One wrong move and they're like, get out. And they chuck them across.
Oh.
Jormungandr.
Oh. Hel, here's a picture of her. Half beautiful, half decomposing corpse. And the corpse hand, a crow sits atop it.
No, it doesn't.
It does, I swear to God.
Can you send it to me in our Google chats?
Okay.
Even though we're like less than 3 feet from each other,
That's
but
fine.
that way you don't have to lift your computer up. Ah, she is. I don't like that photo. That is scary. Also, that is a hard nipple. Like,
I didn't even know.
yeah, no, that is a crow. I don't like this. She's scary. I don't want to look at that anymore. How come you don't love me anymore?
Would you shut up?
No, I will never shut up. That's why I've given us a platform, and you can't make me.
And Oregon.
Are they besties? Do they love each other? Are they sisters from another mister?
Please stop talking.
Would you like me to leave the room? Just go. Me and the dogs. As a physical book lover, we've all found ourselves in major need of a bookmark when we've been rudely interrupted while reading. Interruptions like your job, your needy pets and family, or your spouse wanting to tell you all about a random thing that they've been doing, all while you're at a really good part. Don't they see that we're reading? And in those moments, we've all found ourselves having to grab for a receipt, a post-it note, a scrap of paper, or the absolute worst, dog-earing your page. Well, in those moments, Case Leatherworks has you covered. Their dog-ear bookmark fits perfectly over the corner of your page, so you never lose your place. Their products are made with top-grain American leather in a variety of colors, and you have the option to customize your bookmark with your initials. Along with their bookmarks, they offer a variety of home good products that's perfect for any reading nook. Support small business by visiting caseleatherworks.com, and our listeners will receive 10% off your first order by using code THEORIES at checkout. That's offer code THEORIES at caseleatherworks.com.
So,
what?
The fall, the thing in the fall,
The autumnal
Samhain. It looks like Samhain, but that is not how you pronounce it.
It's Samhain.
Okay. Samhain.
Samhain.
This article is titled Samhain, Blue Moon, the Morrigan, Crows, and Hell.
Casually, just
Tell me about it. Tell me about this.
while you're looking at, why are you looking at me like that?
Do you remember the Truth God or Sin Eater from the Throne of Glass world?
I remember the Truth God, like them talking about the Truth
I think
God,
it might be like the same.
but I don't remember like just the phrase Truth Eater.
Truth God, Sin Eater.
Oh, Truth God, Sin Eater. That's also why I
Truth
don't
Eater.
remember. That's why I don't remember Truth Eater either. Jesus Christ.
Well, I was just thinking, like, we're just talking. We've talked about how Morgan could be a witch before.
Huh.
And then you just said she's got 3 different whatever. Could she be like the 3-faced goddess or some reincarnation of the 3-faced goddess?
Es posible.
That wasn't really even what I was looking for.
No,
I wanted
but
to tell you about the Truth God, but every time I get to it, the page jumps. The God of Truth is known as a sin eater. Little is known about this god other than how he was worshipped. His temple is located deep beneath Shadow Market or of Rifthold and is built nearly entirely of human bones. The bones are carved with the confessions of people's sins they committed in life.
the bones are carved.
The bones are carved. Yeah. Their sins are carved into bones. You're like that meme, that man like blinking.
What?
That's what I just saw.
What?
Yeah, I do not remember that god, so I have never made that connection, but wow. I don't think I've ever seen anybody say that. I was looking for anybody connecting Hell and Morgan just to see if anybody said anything, and I stumbled upon this thread by Olivia Tomato. It's not me. I wish it was. That's a great username.
I was like, what?
Whatever generic username Reddit gave me in the beginning, I just kept it because I'm like, I don't want people to know who I am anyways. What are the best theories that you've heard about the Akatar universe? I love this series. I love the theories. What do you know? So then this person, Shapsidee, SCHAPSIDEE 77. This is their username. Here are some of my favorites, and she's listed 7. And the first one, the Bone Carver.
7?
She's listed 7, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Like everything, either 3s or 7s?
The Bone Carver is actually the Truth God or the Sin Eater from the TOG world. The Sin Eater carved sins into bone, and it just so happens that the Bone Carver likes to carve deaths into bone as well. Lucian will be the one to free Vasa and all the other women trapped in Koschei's crusty, dusty, creepy lake by using his spell-cleaving powers. That would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
This action, coupled with his efforts in defeating Koschei, his connections to other courts and the humans, and his power, will lead him to being chosen as the High King of Prythian. I didn't bring it, but I have a card of reasons that I think that Lucian should be High King. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
But I love that one. The stone pillar on top of Ramiel is actually some sort of gate, like the ones we see in the CC3. Girlfriend's getting ahead of herself.
I know.
In the Crescent City world, and in Elias, the legendary warrior who protected it for 3 days and 3 nights, was actually a woman.
Huh. Kind of like how I theorized that one time that Nesta is Thor. Or Thur.
Yeah, she could be.
She could be.
I've actually...
She got that lightning. She got that storm.
Yeah. Whenever they talk about that, Anelius there too, I feel like there was a lot of storm imagery. I've wondered if Anelius could have been Thur.
Maybe I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Because what's up with the Star Sword? Am I getting really confused here? Because, okay, Nesta made...
Number 1.
Ataraxia.
There are so many swords.
Nesta made Ataraxia, but she imbued that with her power. And then Thur did the same thing, but didn't he do that to the Star Sword? What sword did Thur make? What sword?
Is that what he was hammering? Was the Star
Gwydion. This is what the bookish says. Or maybe we don't know this for sure.
I don't feel like that we have a firm answer. And a lot of that may come out with Truth Teller.
Here's Yaz the Bookish's thoughts on the subject.
Oh, all right. Let's hear it, Yaz.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. This is on Tumblr, actually. Thur is Fae. He is the one who made the sword Gwydion. Gwydion was dipped into the cauldron by High Priestess Oleana and gave it to High King Theon. Jessica knows Hunt's father very well. Jessica is definitely not her real name, and she seems old. There's a reason SJM named the priestess that put the sword into the cauldron, and we don't know what happened to her after Theon's fall. There are parallels drawn between Hunt and Thur. Thur is also known as the deity of storms, perhaps Lord of Thunder. Thunderstorms are being used a lot for Hunt in the book. One of the lines that stand out for me, Baxian cocked a brow. Thunder growled its warning in the distance. You tell me your secrets, Athalar, and I'll tell you mine. Also, have you gotten to Baxian yet, listening to the audiobook?
No, I literally...
Is this your first time listening to the audiobook?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, how do you like Finn's Southern boy
I
accent?
hate it.
When you get to Baxian, he sounds like a real fancy British man.
Oh.
You're going to love it.
Oh, okay. I'm ready for that. I can't wait for that. Yeah, no, I stopped at... Because following this episode, we will have our summary breakdown for chapters 25 through 48. I have stopped myself in the audiobook because I want to stay within this chunk of information as we give it, and I don't want my brain to get ahead.
I did, and then I tried to go back, and then my book was like jumping all over the place. I was listening, and it was like chapter 15. I'm like, I did this already. I don't know what's happening.
Also, I would just like to say that whenever you were talking about, like, oh yeah, I'm listening to the audiobook, but then I'm reading in the Kindle, and I was like, oh my God, how the fuck are you figuring that out? Did not know that Audible and Kindle, they sync. Yeah. Did not know. Was amazed because I was like, oh my gosh, I was trying to write something into these notes, and I was like, I'm just going to go and just pull it up in Kindle and just literally copy it. So I'll just have to get into the chapter and then figure out the chapter. I opened up my Kindle to the goddamn page that I was on, and I was like, what sorcery is this?
Do you pay for Audible?
Like
a membership?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I did, but
I don't know how much credits are. It's $18 a month or something.
Maybe.
17.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you buy a Kindle book, then Amazon almost always offers you the audiobook for like under $12. So if you don't want to use a credit and you already own a Kindle book or you want to get both, buy the Kindle first, and then it will give you an upsell. Because I did one not too long ago, and it was like, I don't know how much the audiobook was, but I hate using my credits. I hoard my credits. I don't know why.
Like we do our Barnes and Noble.
It's so stupid. Yes. Why? I don't know. But anyways.
You know why? Do you know why? Because we are millennials, and we grew up in a time where we literally had to put water in our motherfucking shampoo bottles because we were so goddamn poor during the 2008 recession that we're like, no, we're going to hoard this. That's why we are the way that we are.
Issues. Like this took a lot for me to use these stickers on this water bottle. I've never used stickers in my life.
Listen.
Did you read the Bookshops and Bone Dust?
No, no. But I saw that, and I know that he's from that, and he's cute. Mm-hmm. He? I don't want to misgender.
I already forgot his name.
Oh, so it's a he.
Meatloaf, pork chop. What's his name?
Lamb chop. I don't know. I told you I didn't read it. Why are you asking me?
I don't know.
How many? Oh my God. Liv, I have a $50 rewards balance at Barnes & Noble.
I think mine is 70.
Listen, whenever that they had the 4 times stamps, like you bet your ass, I went ahead and bought myself the entire Lore Olympus series, especially of the Barnes & Noble special edition covers, because I'm so obsessed with the webtoon series. And the books are hardcover. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful. I was looking at those the other day.
The Lore Olympus?
Because I knew you liked them.
10 out of 10 recommend. And also, I'm very tempted to now, I'm waiting for like when Target does another one of their like buy one, get one or whatever, of just getting the regular covers. So then I own both because I have a problem. It's me. Hi. I have a problem. It's me.
What's the damn dog's name? Why is there pictures of it and no one will tell me what his name is? The Radican lady, her name is Fern. What is the dog's name? I have a sticker of him on my bottle and I can't remember. They're very cute. He calls them high fantasy, low stakes. Perfect. Like it's fantasy novel, but it's like a cozy fantasy novel. It's really cute.
Oh, I like that.
You can read it. Yeah. So if you've read something that was really distressing, this would be a great thing to read before you picked up something else distressing.
You mean basically before like we fall back into Crescent City? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I'm going to lose my mind. Pot roast. Damn it.
Pot roast? Yeah. That is a cute fucking...
What did I say? Meatloaf, pork chop, pot roast. It's pot roast. I knew it was something like that.
Oh, that's so cute though. I'm here for it. What else do you have about your mythology?
That's basically it.
So...
Unless there was more that I said to you. See, that's the problem. Like I have these ideas and I tell them to you and then they totally leave my brain. As soon as I express something, it's gone.
I know.
If I hold on to it, I can remember. But when I express it, gone.
So I think I'm gonna get The Serpent and the Wings of Night.
Oh, why is it so cheap?
I don't know. But I think I'm about to get it.
I think bought it when it first came out. They redid it. I bought it when it first came out.
And then the audio?
Yes, because the narrator's voice was horrible. I immediately returned it. And they re-recorded it with a new narrator.
Narrated by Amanda Lee Cobb?
Yeah, she's the one who did Akatar.
Oh.
The first book.
Oh.
The first couple of books.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember who did it the first time, but it was not good. I
think I remember reading that.
I immediately contacted customer service and I was like, I'm so sorry. I cannot stand this woman's voice.
That's probably why she redid it. What if it was like her best friend? Like, yay. So I'll see how that one goes. Cause yeah, I had a really hard time with it, man. Ooh, I bet okay. So I read Den of Vipers. Have you read that? Mm-mm. Oh, it's some good smut stuff. Was here for it. Oh man, I bet that audiobook is dirty as fuck.
I'm going to ask you this though. We both want to write. And we both talked about like wanting to write like, good fantasy books. And we both talked about wanting to write like, smut and stuff. Okay. So every time I try to write some kind of like smut book, I'm like, this isn't good enough. I have to make it. And I'm like, why am I trying to make this amazing? That's not what this is supposed to be. Do you get like way too attached and then take it too far?
Have you met me?
I'm just asking.
That is answer the question. That's who I am as a person. I get attached and then I take things way too far.
So frustrating.
I know. It's who we are as people. You and I.
We didn't have stuff to talk about. We could sit here for like an hour and like we could write a book in 2 months.
I know.
If we could just shut up for long enough.
But see, that's the problem. Also, how would we get content?
What do you mean?
For our podcast. Not for our books, for the podcast. If we just sat here.
I just mean, I've been here for 3 hours.
You have not. You've been here, but we haven't been back here.
But that's what long. I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Like, I had to eat my Alfredo that you made me.
I know. We could have been writing.
You don't like to hang out with me?
I do. I would also like to be a writer.
Which is it?
Both. Have you ever read anything by Lillian Lark?
No.
I saw her recommend. I was looking at smut recommendations on Reddit and someone said like all of her books are so good.
They're gonna say all of her books are so smutty and you're like, good.
Yeah, I think so, but they're like monster smut books.
Monster dicks.
Hoarded by the dragon and the girl is definitely knocked up on the front. Okay.
Oh no, not the pregnancy trope. The worst trope ever. As much as I appreciate that Nyx was born, it's actually, I'm just like, oh no. The whole time that Feyre was...
I'm like fine with it because we're no longer in Feyre's perspective.
Yeah. I guess if we would have had to been like...
If I would have had to like endure it in her head, I would have been annoyed.
You're right. You're right. I agree. I would have hated it. Again, like I said, it's really great that we have Nyx. I feel like he's really going to add to the story. Uncle Cass and Uncle Az, future Uncle Eris. Okay.
Back on topic. I did think of something else that I forgot to tell you because I'm scatterbrained. Okay, so you sent me a picture of the cover or the video of the cover.
Yes.
Of CC3. And I was like,
oh my gosh, we have to talk about that. Right. How Sarah just, or like they showed us how gorgeous that cover is.
Yeah, but listen.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
So I said, the shimmery scales. I loved it. And then while I was on Pinterest, I see all of these snakes and they were called gemstone serpents. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if this was like just like some artist thing that someone was doing or if this was like a legitimate thing. But I looked up like gemstone serpents, and I came across something called a snake stone.
What kind of snake was this? And why was it on your Pinterest? Not that we don't reference snakes all the time, so literally our algorithm is probably, you know, what if Taylor's lining up Reputation with House of Flame and Shadow?
Maybe.
I was going to start singing her songs, but we'd have to take it out because we can't afford that.
But this thing called serpent stones, it says Cut that, please.
I will.
You know what? All the time when I'm like, will you please cut that? You don't. It's in the episode of me saying, hey, will you cut that? And I'm like, wow, thanks.
Because sometimes it fits. It's funny and I love it. But then sometimes there is, believe me, if you would see all the other stuff that I cut, you'd be like, okay, that can stay.
Anyways, serpent stones.
Serpent stones.
Early Greek accounts describe two types of serpent stones which become confused with each other.
Oh, great. Of course I do.
The dragon stone and the snake stone.
Wait.
Both the dragon and the snake were said to have a naturally occurring stone concealed within their cranium.
Why do I feel like Dragonstone is the Hobbit?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking the ring that the mystic guy wears.
Also that
dragon fire that Ariadne was in.
Yeah.
And then it was a call to, what did I just say? A viper or snakes, whatever. Anyways, it made me think of your viper queen that you're so obsessed with. So the snake and the viper or the dragon and the viper were drawn to each other.
Oh, sorry. Dragonstone is not Lord of the Rings. It is
Dragon Tales?
Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Dragon Tales. Yeah, it's literally Dragonstone is the ancestral seed of House Targaryens. That tracks. Anyways. So, okay, hold on. Backtrack. So what is the difference? So they're both said to be in their cranium, but what's the difference between a Dragonstone and a serpent stone? Is that what you said?
Snake stone.
Snake stone. I was close. Well, serpent. I mean,
I just thought that line was interesting.
Oh,
the dragon and the snake.
Dragon tales, dragon tales. It's almost time for dragon tales. Come along, take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland. It's a PBS cartoon. They can't sue me.
How do you know?
I don't know. It's public broadcast station.
Fucking give me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, that's great. As we're constantly talking about them.
Drawings, but like real photos, I'm like, ugh.
Oh.
Is Lunathion based off of anything? The name Lunathion? Or is that just a nod to Luna?
I think it's a nod to Luna.
Because I'm like looking for snakes symbols in mythology, and there's one for Leviathan.
Yeah, so it's no, it's
also cut that.
No, it's Leviathan, because literally in Throne of the Fallen, Envy, that is his true name.
This is in the Bible.
But I'm saying, like, as far as just reading a fantasy,
that's how you pronounce it in your head.
That's how
it's actually pronounced.
That's how she says it in it's Levi. It sounds, and she literally says it, and it sounds like Levi and Athian. So it's Leviathan.
Anyways, I just thought that was weird. Oh, hey. Do you have anything else about this you want to talk about? I got one more thing.
Well, because I have something that, not about this specifically. This is other things.
I got something about Hunt. I was going to say this thing about Hunt that I sent you.
Oh, in our chat.
Yeah. So I was thinking about...
I got it pulled up. I'm there. I'm on the same page as you.
I was thinking about the Gorsian stone thing yesterday. So I was like reading stuff about that. And I don't even remember which book this is. It had to be the second. It has to be Sky and Breath.
Yeah.
So I came across this. I'm reading all the sections in my Kindle about that. It talks about Gorsian stone. So they're like talking about the weapons or whatever that Ophion has and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is straight from the book, and it says, Rune said, seems like ordinary titanium to me. Look closer, Hunt said. There are slight purple veins in it. That's the Gorsian stone. I'd know it anywhere. So what can it do, Bryce asks. If I'm right, Hunt said hoarsely, it can draw the first light from the ground. from all the pipes of it crisscrossing the land. So it makes it seem like First Light pipes are crisscrossing all of the land. So Gorsian stone in the ground can draw the First Light from the ground. Right. Maybe it doesn't even have to be in the ground. I don't know. It just says it can draw First Light from the ground. It doesn't really even say. If I'm right, Hunt said hoarsely, it can draw the First Light from the ground, from all the pipes of it crisscrossing the land. These suits would draw up the First Light and turn it into weapons. Brimstone missiles made right there on the spot. The suit would never run out of ammo, never run out of battery life. Simply find the underground power lines and it would be charged up and ready to kill. That's why they're smaller, because they don't need all the extra tech and room for the arsenal that has the human suits require. A Vanir warrior could climb inside and essentially wear it like an exoskeleton like armor. So then I sent you a message. So those Gorsian stone shackles that Hunt's wearing, the fact that Hunt can like channel energy clearly, can he draw up First Light and escape the motherfucking Asteri with his Gorsian stone?
Yeah, no,
I'm just putting that out there. I want to call it. This is how Hunt escapes. And she told us exactly in Sky and Breath how it works.
And also, what was it? Oh, I put on here brimstone, like the brimstone missiles, like hell, like fire and brimstone.
Yeah. So I'm like, he's got those Gorsian shackles on. If he can get in contact with the ground, could he not channel enough First Light through them and use that shit as lightning? Am I right? Is this how he's going to escape? I think it's possible.
You put escapes.
Listen, I was typing real fast.
No, I believe it. I'm here for it. I love it. I need Homie to get out.
I know. I do not. I know that bad shit has to happen to characters in books. Like, it just does. I do not want CC3 the whole time for Baxian and Rune and Hunt to be being tortured in the Asteri's dungeons the whole book. I
don't feel like that it will be the whole book. Because if we're starting out, that first sentence of the first page is Lydia and like a Lydia POV, it won't be long.
She's going to know how to do it. She's going to tell Hunt. She's going to be the one that knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like maybe like the first quarter of the book, but then again, we are going through different POVs as we go through the book. So it's not like we're going to be chapter after chapter after chapter. Because I will say, just going back to Throne of Glass, that was literally one of the hardest fucking things, was when Maeve was torturing Elain and you were coming in and out of those chapters where like she had her trapped. She was forcing her to basically live in like a dream world and like a dreamscape. And those were some of the hardest chapters because, you know, blink once, blink twice, blink 4 times. It's like, oh my God. Any artwork that depicts any of that, it gives me the heebie-jeebies and I can't handle it. But I do feel like that Lydia will figure out how to get them out pretty fast. She is going to rip somebody's throat out.
How much of the book is Elain being tortured?
I feel like it's a long time.
I do too, because I feel like whenever she does get out, Rowan's like, you need to rest. And she's like, no, I need to train. And I'm like, it's like she goes from being tortured for however fucking long, weeks, months, I don't even know how long it is, to like within a couple of weeks, she's like fighting and stuff back to normal. And it just like killed me.
So it says, based on timelines in the book, that she is imprisoned by Maeve for a little under 3 months.
Good.
God, because yeah, they torture her and then she's healed over. And so she's none of the, that's why like whenever she comes out, her back is smooth. She has none of the scars on her back. And we'll talk about it in our summary recap whenever Philip Briggs talks about while he's in prison, that he literally gets torn apart and put back together. And he is med witches are brought in and he is healed. And like, whenever I listened, I was like, holy shit.
I feel like the stuff with Elain, I just tried to like block it out.
It hurt me so much. Like, it hurt me so much.
I didn't remember the specifics hardly because I was just, when I think about her time there, I think more about like the confinement that she was under. What's wrong with your face?
Is it 35 chapters?
Oh, God.
That she is tortured? Hold on. Can we also talk about, just that I'm seeing this now, that Dorian fully transforms into a raven? I forgot that he fucking transforms into a goddamn raven.
Yeah. So is that Dorian on the cover of House of Earth and Blood? Bryce and Dory.
Elain breaks free in chapter 27 and escapes in chapter 28 in KOA.
So like how?
It's like over 250 pages. Ugh. And size-wise, they're about the same size of books.
So about 25%.
Yeah.
Because that's a little over 1,000 pages, right? Or just under. It's very close.
It's very close. There are 121 chapters.
In KOA.
Mm-hmm.
Her chapter sizes are so varied, though. You can't even...
Yeah, there's some of the chapters as I'm going through this House of Earth and Blood reread, especially listening to them in audiobook, because I am really proud of myself, and I know that you will be really proud that I can listen, because Elizabeth is so good at her audiobook job. 1.75. Comfortably.
Proud of you.
Comfortably. And also now that I know that I can literally open up the Kindle app and it's right where I am, because sometimes there's some details that I'm like, oh, wait, I need to hear it again, but then I want to see it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I know that they didn't design it to be like for freaks like us.
You like to hear how I've been listening to Crescent City?
No, I hate I hate it. No one wants to hear it.
Okay. That thread of theories that I was reading to you from on Reddit, we've already come across, we believe that the Archeron sisters are Starborn. And we've also talked about the 3 children of, I don't remember who these kids are. Thea, is Thea like a mythological thing? Yes. Okay. Spelled the same way as, okay, perfect. Yeah, her brother consort, Hyperion.
Oh yeah,
Thea.
her brother consort.
This is Greek, yes, Greek mythology. Okay. I couldn't remember if Thea was like
I was
the
like,
actual,
oh yeah, that.
I couldn't remember if that was the actual name or just like a variation of the actual Greek mythology. No, it is Thea, spelled the same way as it is in Crescent City. She is the mother of Helios the sun, Selene the moon, and Eos the dawn. In Crescent City, Thea is Starborn. This theory, which is great, I'm obsessed, says the Archeron sisters are all Starborn, agree, but they each have the light of one of Thea's children. In myth, Thea has 3 children, Selene the moon, Eos the dawn, and Helios the sun. I think Thea and Phaon had 3 children, one of whom was a son and is Helion's ancestor, which is why Helion reacts to the mask like he does. He makes a comment that maybe one of my ancestors was in contact with it, and it is a warning in my blood, because he freaks out when the mask is around.
Yes. And I can't remember what episode we've talked about that.
And then it says Feyre has his light, which is a bright white light like the sun's. Nesta has the light of the moon, which I think is Selene/Helena's light, though it could be the second daughter. And then Elain has the light of Eos, the dawn. Indeed, when Elain comes out of the cauldron in Akamath, she glowed, I think because she's Starborn. That would be real cool.
That would be real cool. I would love if that happened. Can we do it? You think Sarah will do it for us? Probably not.
I think it's already done.
I think it's already
canon,
done.
Baby.
It's just canon now.
Oh, this is cool. Elain is going to get a cloak of the void fabric mentioned in Akafas, and it'll allow her to totally disappear. Why would she need to do that? I don't know, but that would be cool. That is pretty interesting that she like talks about the void, and like there's so much information about this fabric, and like, for what? Why, Sarah? Why?
So then that way she can sneak off to Hogsmeade in the wizarding world.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to hook up with Asriel. Or that.
Also that. He uses his shadows. She uses the void Blankie. Done. I'm sorry. No? Not that?
I don't know.
Well, we'll find out. Do we want to talk about really fast? And by really fast,
we've never done anything.
We've never talked about anything really fast. We've talked about it in succession, but never how our homegirl Emily's theories be digging up Bloomsbury's.
Oh, yeah.
So she dug up Bloomsbury's. It's so funny because people are like, oh my God, a Bloomsbury announcement. And it wasn't really a Bloomsbury announcement. She said, I saw an article yesterday talking about how much profit SJM has made from her recent books and thought, where's the source for this? Because of course that I feel like that's you and I where we're like, what in the Facebook bullshit? Like, what's your cited source for this? So she said, so out of curiosity, I Googled SJM Bloomsbury financial reports, and it took me to one of their most recent YouTube videos in which they discussed their numbers and finances for the year. She said it was fully publicly available, but only had 58 views. Well, yeah, because nobody's, let's go watch financial. It's honestly probably was all Bloomsbury employees. They probably emailed it out and they were like, you need to watch this.
And now it's viral.
And now it's viral. The video was super boring, so I was skimming through it and honestly was about to exit the video, but happened to pause when one of the audience members asked about SJM's future books. And I was like, oh my God. She said, in doing so, one of the Bloomsbury staff members confirmed that there are 6 upcoming SJM books, not including Hofas. And then some of these will be part of a new series. She says, personally, I believe this is a multiverse series, Twilights of the Gods, perhaps. The video is posted on her TikTok, and I will have it up on the show notes. But then I'm going to plug it right here.
The timeline and future Sarah J. Maas book releases, which are obviously very important to us. So her next title, which is the 3rd in her Crescent City series, comes out on the 30th of January 2024. So that will fall into this financial year. And thereafter, we have 6 further contracted titles. So continuing this series and starting a new series as well. But we don't have, we haven't released dates for those yet. You'll hear as soon as we have those confirmed.
She's our cash cow.
Whenever you have 750,000 pre-orders, what are you... Of course, they're going to be like, yeah, of course, we're just going to contract the shit out of you forever and a day. So anyways, props to Emily for once again bringing it to us.
I just found something that is so exciting that goes with what I was just talking about, Hunt and the Gorsian Stone and all that. But this is different. This is the THEE Notorious VIC. 17 hours ago. Posted, why the Asteri killed all the Thunderbirds. I don't know if we've said before, like, Hunt is like, oh, that's weird that I have all the powers of the same as the Thunderbirds, but I'm not a Thunderbird.
Right.
We're like, okay.
Can't be me.
Yeah, couldn't be you. She says, I don't know. I assume it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's
misgender.
I know. I don't know if this has been said before, but the Asteri are fueled by first light. What if the Thunderbirds and Hunt can pull the first light out of their bodies, weakening them enough to kill them?
Do you think that's why whenever they put the tattoo on his head, because it dampens his power down to almost nothing? That way he can't draw enough power whenever he had it, and then he doesn't know that he can do it. So even though it was removed, they don't know that he can do it.
Talk faster. That's probably why Adis and Apollyon are like, why the fuck do you have a crown on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to tell them about my Gorsian Stone theory.
Reddit scares me.
It scares me too. Should I change my username so Emily will know who I am?
Yeah. Can you change it to that one bitch?
That one bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one bitch, 696969. TM.
This DT Faye podcast says, the way I was screaming at my book for Hunt to do this in the throne room. And then the Notorious VIC responds, you picked it up quicker than me. I've reread at least 5 times and it just now clicked. Will he break the halo tattoo this time? Adis implied that it shouldn't hold him. I bet he breaks it by himself and then takes out one of the Asteri. I think that Regelius will be the last one standing as the main villain. Hope Hunt takes out a few.
Take him out, bitch. Take him out. Take him out.
Beautiful Click 9981 says, do we think that the other Asteri are anything more than puppets controlled by Regelius? There's basically no evidence of them being active or even alive. Yeah, there is. Weren't they like on camera at the, or is only Regelius on camera at the meeting?
No, I thought they all were.
I think they were all on camera, but he's like the only one that speaks.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Hunt could break the halo potentially, but I feel there is something even more interesting lurking in what Adis says about it. He calls it a black crown. I have not been able to come up with a valid theory for the meaning behind this, but the word was not used by accident. Oh, are you sure?
You sure?
She's not that great of a writer.
It's bullshit. All filler.
Bullshit. She's amazing. And once it's off, we often see him with what's referred to as a crown of lightning. What does it mean? Hunt certainly has only been skimming the surface of his power in all his time so far. because he doesn't know he has access to more, just like Bryce. I think Regelius utterly lacks any hubris and doesn't consider anyone a threat because he believes they won't be able to access their true power to pose a threat to him or the Asteri.
Ask me why whenever you said he doesn't know he has access to more, and I was like, oh, the more again? But you're spelling MORE as in like more power, yes. Not MOR capital. Anyways, sorry about.
What are the things in the Bone Quarter called that him and Bryce killed with his power whenever he funneled off of her? Are they Reaper? Are they Reapers?
Yeah, they're Reapers. Yeah, they're Reapers. They're Reapers.
Beautiful Click 9981. Bryce obviously could as well. She's a super leech. She says that. She says something about leeching and absorbing power. And Declan also says that Bryce needs to like charge up. Okay. She's a super leech. She channels light, electricity, and first light, but I think her killing stroke will not involve that. I see Hunt being used as a human shield. She's forced to kill Hunt to also kill Regelius. The emotional trauma of this event fully unlocks her cauldron abilities, and she accessed the power to create for the second time. She didn't realize she did it the first time, and regenerates Hunt's body, bring him back. To me, the newer cover art for CC3 fully confirms what her abilities are and possibly indicates that she has more powers that many possibly haven't considered. I'll share a link in a moment to my post from last night comparing the cover art side by side. It is 100% Bryce on both covers, and there is so much we can infer about her abilities and what's to come from these images. And she actually has spliced half the cover from CC1 and 3, and it does look like the same person.
Can we talk about the other day how I pulled up the CC3 whenever I was working on some of the show notes? What if this is the Viper Queen on the front of this? Let me look at her eyes. And no, I was just like, because the one pupil
Shut up about the Viper Queen. It's like that meme of what's his face from The Office. Yeah. Shut up about the sun. It's me with you. Shut up about the Viper Queen.
I'm so obsessed with the Viper Queen. It's an issue, and I'm sorry, not sorry. Why don't you like her?
It's not that I just don't care.
You can't sit with us.
The same way where I saw today, somebody was like, do you think the 4th book in CC will be House of Many Waters about Therian? And I'm just like, God, please no.
I saw where somebody was like, I don't want a whole book on Therian. I don't.
He would have to get way more interesting in this book for me to give half a shit.
And I think that's truly why she's skipped.
No shade to Sarah. I just don't care.
I mean, I like Therian as a character. I like him a lot.
Side character.
Yeah.
With like funny jokes and like
right. And
innuendo.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like his journey, I am very interested in what's going to happen with him and the Viper Queen. And especially like him with what's her tits down underneath the princess or whatever. That story, like that side story, I am like, ooh, okay. She cray. Mm-hmm. Okay. And he should have definitely just cut that loose. Long minute ago, but it can't stand alone. Like it can't stand on its own 2 feet.
I don't think so. I hope not.
Unless there's something that comes up that is a House of Many Waters, that would almost have to be like a novella kind of thing. Like that is really truly the only thing that I could see her being able to call it a House of Many Waters, because it hasn't been pivotal to this point. Therian's really the only character that has any like true substance. But yeah, he's not going to get his own book. Everybody needs to calm down. So something that was shared on... So Yaz had a lot on her stories. Today is December the 8th. It was October 3rd. He asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
And so I have to pull up her story really fast just for a little bit more context, because I sent myself...
Hey, Katie, will you tell Erin that his hair looks sexy pushed back?
Your hair looks sexy pushed back. Okay. Yaz. She has on here. Oh, it was also Yaz that says, what if CC4 isn't about Rune Lydia? Because there's like rumor spreading that it's about Rune Lydia. But Therian and House of Many Waters. Yaz goes, I think we'll know when we read Hofast. But honestly, I have no interest in reading a whole book about Therian.
Maybe that's what I read today.
Another possibility is that there might be a new house. That could be the title of that book. But there is one of... She says, this is a World Walker series idea my friend talked about, which I was mentioning earlier. I hope that this is what SJM could be writing about. So then she shared the Tumblr link. And so I opened it up. And so I have not read through it because I wanted to... blind read it with you.
Oh. Hit me with your best shot.
Are we getting a series on World Walkers? So this is on Tumblr, and this is Elain S. or Elain's. I'm not sure which one it is, but this is on Tumblr. And it says, are we getting a series on World Walkers? Ever since the concept of World Walkers was introduced in TOG with Maeve and Elain, I low-key thought that eventually we might see a series focusing on them, the people who travel across the worlds. This was also influenced by knowing Sarah's old ideas like Twilight of the Gods, because you can't quite do homage to Ragnarok in Norse mythology without multiple worlds. But that was always a distant possibility because that would entail a degree of dimensional travel I didn't think Sarah would go for. Easter eggs and Elain falling through the worlds always seemed the extent of what we were getting. The crossover is upon us, so this is out the window. I genuinely think that we could get a series on World Walkers, focus on the protagonists that by whatever means can travel through multiple worlds. Is it Elain? That's my ad. Is it our mystic wolf? That's just me speculating. We might get more glimpses on the multiverse side of everything, more on word marks, the language of the universes, more on the mother and the father.
All I can think about as you saying speculation was last week when I was trying to say condemnation and I said condensation. So I'm like, speculation, condemnation. Okay, go ahead.
Also, sidebar, do you like how I left that whole song in? Like, I was like, otherwise it doesn't make sense, some of the stuff I say later. Anyways, more on the mother and the father. They know each other. That Apollyon mentions. It's mom and dad. It's Taylor and Travis. More on the common origin of all Fae. What?
I want to talk about Taylor and Travis, but God, this episode is all over the place.
You know what?
Have you seen the stuff about Taylor's interview for Time?
Yeah.
Of the year? Well,
I posted some of it on my story.
Yeah. Okay. I saw on TikTok, there's no like official photos or photos from Taylor or Travis, but they went to the Chiefs Christmas party together. Why?
I'm just excited.
They went to the Chiefs Christmas party together and they wore matching sweaters with squirrels on them because of his tweets. They were squirrels and Santa hats. The pictures are blurry as hell. But somebody found the sweaters and I'm like dying for official posed photos. Taylor, please post a photo of you and Trav.
Sweaters?
Probably.
I want those sweaters.
It makes me sad though, because like somebody at the party was like obviously trying to snipe photos of them. And I'm like, just let the people fucking live. But also, why are you not sharing every detail of your life with us?
Truly, I saw where somebody had posted a video that said, listen, I hope that I live long enough that I get to read Taylor's memoir.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
it's
everything that I want to know that I have no business knowing, but I want.
I know.
Listen, and I tell people at work all the time that I think about them banging way more than I think is healthy.
I just gave a squirrel a piece of bread and it straight smashed all of it. It's so funny every time.
Every time. Like,
it straight smashed all of it. I had no idea they ate bread like that. Ha ha. Hashtag crazy. I love it so much.
Do you think that this was before or after he got a
this
huge
is the
concussion?
Sweater.
Like
Taylor Swift wore this sweater.
No.
This is the sweater they were wearing.
She did
yes,
not.
Yes. Here.
Also, she's like $31 on Amazon. That charged my Amex Black.
She doesn't have to buy stuff for herself. Are you kidding me? Here's the blurry ass picture, and you can just like, see half of Taylor's front of her sweater. It's definitely that sweater, though. Oh, why can't I zoom? Okay. It's definitely that sweater.
Oh my God, it's 110 fucking % that sweater.
There's Trev.
That's his good side.
I loved that she was like, we were already a couple at that first game. We are not that psychotic that we would harm. I was like, oh my God, that's so funny.
I love it. You know what? Good.
I just thought it was funny, the wording.
Anyways, our mother and father, Taylor and Trav. What were we talking about?
I don't even know. This is just shit.
Oh, okay. No, it is not. Don't say that.
Why are you talking like Janelle?
Oh my God, Janelle, you're never gonna get your kid back. All you do is smoke pot with Keitha.
Taylor wore this shirt and it's like 80% 80% cotton and 20% polyester, and she was probably like, this feels disgusting.
I don't know. Listen, her outfits on the tour, man, like some of those, I'm like, that's disposable.
Okay.
Anyways, and then more on the common origin of all Fae, because if not Prithian, what's the homeworld? Which also, here, I'll finish this, and then I just want to talk about something that I saw. Not a crossover series, mind you, though there could be Easter eggs and maybe brief visits to the worlds we know, but with how Sarah seems to expanding the world with each new series, a more cosmic story with world hoppers would be pretty fun. And I think it would be pretty easy. I mean, literally it talks about that like Reese goes into the void. She's already set that up. And then with Elaine's void Blankie, like, you know, her coddle Blankie, she's sneaking into places, Hogwarts, Honeydukes, normal stuff. So something that I saw where somebody was talking about that how SJM like retcons a lot of stuff, like she backtracks over things. And one of the things that was brought up was how Alice talks about that in ACOTAR that the Fae aren't, quote, adults until age 80 or something. Mm-hmm. And then it talks about that more and all of them were fighting in the war in like their 20s and stuff. And I was thinking where she's like, yeah, she retcons that. And I'm like, but does she? Because we do.
What's that mean?
Like basically she backtracks and she has put it as one thing in one book, but then we just like disregard that little piece of information. Like, oh, hopefully nobody will notice if a character's eye color changes or something in the later book. But I don't think that's necessarily the case because Alice is not, she's not Fae in the same sense that Reese or Tamlin are Fae because literally her skin is bark.
When I first read that, I just thought she was like talking about the color of her skin. And then when I saw fan art, I was like, oh, this woman is a tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to me, she is basically like a forest fae. Like what my brain would put through, like if you're reading Holly Black's Folk of Air series where you have, and then, you know, we have the fae that gets its wings chopped up. It's blue, like it's blue skinned. And Calumet, there's all these different types. Maybe Alice was just speaking specifically on, because.
Why are you saying that? Because of like Bryce and them making the drop at like 24 whatever.
Yeah, but then also the other some of the other characters like the High Lords are in their 20s or they're battling this or they're not at 80 years old. Like I think it mentions that Moore was like 20 something whenever she fought in the Great War. Mm-hmm. If we were basing it off of what Alice said, she basically would be like a child because you have the Puka and you have these different quote unquote fae. Maybe that's just how. Because if Alice is a tree, like not a tree.
She's not high fae.
She's not high fae. And so I don't think that necessarily there was a retcon on that. I think it was high fae they're going to age differently. Also, maybe Alice ages slowly because trees grow slow. You know, I'm just trying to look back. I'm like, I think that we were looking a little bit too deep into that.
Because the Alice is a Urisk, Urisk.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that she has a specific name, but cool. What's she do?
I didn't know. I've never heard of this.
Oh, is she basically like a tree nymph from Gaelic folklore?
Also called a brownie?
Oh, a brownie. Yeah.
I've never heard of this. Is a household spirit or hopper in Scottish folklore that is said to come out at night while the owners of the house are asleep and perform various chores and farming tasks.
Yep.
Amazing.
They are like, brownies are like literally the bottom.
It says that's what she is. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's named. Maybe it's just an assumption based on everything we know about her. And literally that she's,
I mean, it's just like servant, a lesser fae. Like that's one of the things, maybe the lesser fae age differently than a high fae does. Clearly their appearance is very different, that not every fae is going to age the same.
Yeah, because so technically if like they age slowly, then they could still have a long life, but they would look old, whereas the high fae look their age until they're like, I don't know how old they have to be to start aging. Because Maja, Feyre makes comments that Maja the healer and then Valaris looks
old.
Yeah, it looks old.
She's dusty. She's dusty. So yeah. So anyway, so that was just something that I remember It'd be different if it was like more talking about this is how we age, but
it wasn't a high fae.
Or it wasn't like Lucian or Tamlin saying that to her. It was Alice. She doesn't say that she's a Urisk, like she doesn't tell Feyre that, but I can't imagine if you are your own basically breed of fae that you would necessarily age the same.
So I'm like looking up the stuff about the fae aging, and someone asks, is Gwen a child technically based on high fae aging from book 1? And people are like, I don't think so, because Alice wasn't high fae. They say that Rhys's mom and Moore reached maturity around 17, 18 years old.
Yeah. Because Moore was going to be like married off at 17.
Yeah. This person, SJM's anti-hero, which that could just as easily be my username if I had thought of it first.
Yeah.
Says, my siblings in Christ. It's 2023 and we're still debating if Gwen is a child. And then she attached this photo and it says, let's just remember this was Sarah's expression when asked if Gwen was a child. Let that sink in. You're not ready for this photo of Sarah. She's like, ew, why would you say that?
Like, gross. Yes, Azriel's 500 years old, but like, even Josh is like, what?
Ew, why would I do that? Do I look like a Mormon named Smyer? No. Stephanie Meyer.
Oh.
The child.
Yeah.
Mating.
Yeah.
Or not mating, but bonding.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going to send you the link to this picture because it's really funny.
Yeah, I like that picture, and I would also like to link it in the show notes. So also this week, Yaz had this video that she posted. I'm pretty sure she posted it today. I don't think it was yesterday. That it is some of her theories. Nyx is the name of Thea's second daughter. Which, did we talk about that in the kitchen? Yeah. Recent.
At least she didn't say Rysand.
Okay. You know what? As someone who read it.
Did you think Rysand?
Yes.
Oh my God. What do you think his nickname was? Rice?
Yes.
Oh, shut up. Rice?
I don't know. It's a fantasy world.
Okay, well.
And
when
also,
I was in college,
as reading.
When I was in college, let's make a really hot protagonist, and his name is going to be Rice, okay? Here's his brother, Kale. No, come on. All right. Kale like the vegetable, not like Kale and Dorian.
Oh, that's what I was like, wow. Okay. Wow. Really calling the fandom out. Okay.
No, I wasn't even thinking kale when
salad,
I first said it.
Like kale and walnut salad. That.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go on. What were you going to say?
Their sister almond. Anyways.
Their uncle potato.
Get out. What was I saying? Oh my God.
And Rowan is a snow owl. Fuck off.
Oh, I was going to say, I did think that. Why did I think that?
I don't know.
Where's that imagery from? Is that from Harry Potter?
Yeah, Hedwig is a white snow owl.
There's someone named Hedwig?
In Harry Potter, that is the name of the owl.
Amazing. Okay. Is there someone also named Footsock?
No, Regelius is the foot.
Hedwig. Okay.
Hedwig.
Okay, but what about hand glove?
What about shut the fuck up?
Okay.
There's a lot of trauma. Hedwig dies, so fuck off.
Well, thanks for ruining the series for me. When I was in college.
It has been 84 years.
When I was in college, I worked as a pharmacy technician.
Yes,
and the pharmacist I worked for, she has a son named Reese, and it was spelled Rhys. So I knew that was Reese.
Oh, well, that's nice. The fandom didn't.
Well, y'all are dumb.
I'm leaving that in. Rysand's name, his last name. I know his name is Reese. Also, are you picking high chews out of your teeth? Yeah. And then did you just cauldron boil me? Okay, Reese is... Oh, Erd. Okay. Rhysand's last name is Starborn.
You said Erd, and it made me think Gerd, because my husband, let me just tell you this story. He's going to die. My husband I love him so much. I'm obsessed with him. He is the most dramatic motherfucker alive.
He is pretty dramatic.
So dramatic. Okay.
I read those text messages from him.
He wakes me up one night. He's like sitting up in bed. He's like, I can't even do it. He's like, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? He's like, my chest hurts so bad. I think I'm having a heart attack. And I'm like, what? He said, I'm really thinking about going to the hospital. And I'm like,
Did you say, have you ever had an anxiety attack?
No, I said, you should go take some Tums. And he took 5 or 6 and he went to bed. He does this all the time. I'm having chest pain. So you know what I did? I bought him some, I can't even think of what it's called, some like acid reducer that you take daily, like a pill.
Yeah.
And suddenly after a week, his chest pain went away. I'm like, Jameson, you don't have heart problems. You have GERD. So then sometimes I call him Gertie and he gets so mad. And then like the other day, he was like, he's like, remember that time I had a heart attack? I'm like, you did not have a heart attack. And he said, I know that if I would have went to the hospital, it would have registered on the Richter scale. I'm like, get out.
The not the Richter
He was like,
scale.
it was definitely a tremor. I'm like, I cannot stand you. Whenever we all somehow get together, I really need you to ask him, didn't you have a heart attack?
Whenever we all get back together, I'm going to look at you and be like, what did he say?
There you go. All right. Sorry.
No, that's good. No, that's good. What if Jameson and I would have found each other? We would have imploded. We both would have been so dramatic about everything. We would have absolutely imploded.
You guys would have like, eaten each other alive, not in a good way.
Back to yes. The sculpture depicting a fae hammering a sword is Thur, forging Gwydion / Star Sword. That's why the Star Sword was able to absorb Hunt's lightning. Okay? Which I think we have definitely talked about. High Priestess Oleana is Jezebel. Oleana dipped Gwydion into the cauldron.
Did I not already fucking read you this?
Thur forged Gwydion. I'm just reading you. This is literally a reel that Yaz has of theories.
I read it off her tongue.
No, I'm just going through and doing it again. Okay. I like how you're not talking into the... I'm not going to skip over one of hers just because you read it already. Fuck off. I'm reiterating and seeing that somebody's agreeing. You know what? I quit. I don't want to do this anymore. And then that's how she knew Hunt's biological father. The shadows and Daemati gifts are from the High King Fion's bloodline. So Aval and Fae are related to Fion. Blue Anise is the equivalent of an Iron Teeth Witch in Prythian. Nope, you don't get to say anything because I'm tired of your mouth.
Leave that in so that people can hear how you treat me.
Are you trying to play footsie with me in your new shiny white shoes? Those are some beautiful shoes, BT Dubs.
I'm very comfortable. I'm old, and now I can only wear New Balance.
Oh.
Everything else hurts my feet.
Is that what you mow the grass into? You have your...
I do not mow the grass.
You have your grass New Balance and your good New Balances, and then you have slip-on Skechers. That's what John Timbarge has.
Actually, my mowing shoes are like Nikes, and they hurt my feet horribly.
Is that why you don't mow?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't mow either. Arctos, Carinth, and Orestes are name of the Daglin / Asteri. Asteri are known as holy stars. The 3 stars are referred to a holy coincidence. Second light comes from the dead. Ramiel's rock absorbs second light from the deaths in the blood rite. That's how it heals someone who touches it. Maybe it's sustaining something under Ramiel, which we've talked about where Eris is like, you dumb fucks need to go fucking look, okay? I really just want to stick it to Asriel, but you guys need to show me that he's smart enough, okay? I need the whispers to tell me.
You said stick it to Asriel, and all I could think was, where are you going to put a tree that big, Clark? Bend over, it'll show you.
And Merry Christmas! Hunt has Fae lineage. That's why his mating bond with Bryce is the same as the Faes.
I do really believe that.
I really believe that too. Hunt will find Thur's hammer and wield it. Exactly how you're like, his hand goes up and it's
I love it.
The bone carver was in the form of an Illyrian warrior in the war, in Akawar. Balthazar is the bone carver. That's why he was familiar with Nesta. And Mala's gift to
Wait,
Bryce.
what? Who? Bone carver what?
Okay, hold on. Now I gotta go back. The bone carver was in the form of an Illyrian warrior in the war in Akawar. Balthazar is the bone carver. That's why he was familiar with Nesta.
The one that they sleep with in the cave?
I think so. Isn't that it? Nakasif?
The bone carver was an Illyrian warrior?
I'm just
in the
reading
war?
you what Yes says.
I just don't remember that. To be honest, I just imagine him as a kid the whole time.
No. Oh, maybe he was in the form. So yeah, I didn't even think about.
Why the heck would he be hanging out? No, there's no. He died. He gone. He's not hanging out in a cave waiting to protect Nesta. There's no way. Unless Coach Shay made him do it. I don't know.
Again, it's just a.
You're obsessed with the Viper Queen, and I'm obsessed with Coach Shay.
No, I know you are. You're also
controlling everything.
I know. So is she. But she is the snake of Midgard. Mala's gift to Elain in Kingdom of Ash was a kernel of starlight. The end. Good night. Thank you.
That was it?
That was. Oh no. Help. Ready. I'm dying, Jameson. I'm having a heart attack. Okay, well, thanks for listening. I'm dying and Olivia's just over here looking on her fucking laptop. Nothing. You don't want anything from this?
Considering I read most of those to you earlier, no, I have nothing else to say.
You did not read. You read one. You read one, and I was just reading from the video. You read one.
That's dramatic eye roll. It makes me want to
slut.
choke you out. You have no idea.
My dramatic
You
eye roll.
open your mouth and your eyes
Would
go
you like
in the
me to
back
do
of
it
your
again?
skull. Yeah.
I don't know if I can. Say something stupid.
I can't stand you. Oh God.
See if you can prompt it out of me. Come on.
And with that, folks.
Oh, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week if Kelly survives.
No, we'll listen after this episode for our summary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It can't leave yet.
She might not survive the next 10 minutes. I'm not sure.
You'll just hear it choke off like. Oh, but thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at A Court of Theories. Also follow us on our personal pages. Email us at acourtoftheories@gmail.com with any of your theories, anything that you pull from the show. I just had a brain fart. What do we do?
I don't know. I'm terrible at this part because I'm just always like, bye, thanks.
Okay, thanks, bye.
We should really just have an outro.
I have some. You know what? Actually, no, because sometimes I like it. Also, I'm not using last week's outro because I sound like Jezebel.
You know what? I was like, that is an inconsistency because the beginning of Earth and Blood says that she does not sound like a Reaper, and then later on it says that she has the voice of a Reaper.
I think it's described that she doesn't sound like she's only like she sounds wise is how it. Are we gonna have to do the outro again? Am I gonna have to move this up? Oh, like you don't do it all the time, you slut bag. That's a good soundbite. Do you want me to do this outro or not?
Just give me just a second. A beautiful, lilting female voice answered. Please tell Danica Fendir that if she continues to use the supply closet as her own personal locker, I will turn her into a lizard. That doesn't sound like a Reaper. A beautiful, lilting female voice.
Maybe she can make her voice do that. It's called a facade. She's an actress.
We didn't say this in the thing last week, but I find it so interesting that it's like mentioned multiple times about Jessica defecting, and it says she calls herself a sorceress, never a witch. Never a witch is its own sentence. What's up with that, Jessica?
Yeah, Jessica.
Okay, I can't find those things. So
anyway, so thanks for listening.
I feel like we should apologize.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about Olivia.
Sorry for everything.
Sorry that...
Just an all-encompassing apology.
Sorry for us.
Blanket.
blanket.
Apology.
Blanket smothering.
Of the void.
Void blanket.
Fabric.
Elaine's void blankie.
Yep. All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening.
Okay. Thanks for listening.
See you in like 35 seconds.
Oh.
For our next episode.
Yeah, go ahead and if you want to, you can just skip over this, to be quite honest. But thanks for listening. You can follow us on TikTok or Instagram at Court of Theories. What?
I don't know. Why did it...
What?
I feel like I'm like seeing a shadow. It's freaking me out.
It's your reflection.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's like, I can see it out of the corner of my eye. It's like rising in the corner. Just fucking shut those blinds before.
You go shut them.
I can't move.
I can't shut them. Oh my God. Oh my God. I wasn't scared. What's happening? I'm scared.
Maybe, unless the shadow's in here. At the corner of my eye, like twice, I saw this. Maybe I have a floater in my eye. It looked like a shadow. No, because it looked like I could like see it along the thing. It was like a shadow going up the...
Maybe it's Grandma.
Maybe.
Maybe she didn't like our hostility towards each other.
Probably.
Now I'm scared. And I have to be here by myself. That's a real dick move, Olivia.
You're welcome.
A real fucking dick move. Anyways.
You have to do this. I can't.
Why? Because now you're scared and... Okay, so anyways, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Pay attention to
Snap at me.
Follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at A Court of Theories. You can follow our personal pages. You can send your unhinged theories or your thoughts to acourtoftheories@gmail.com. You can slide into our DMs. Become a patron by paying your spring tithe on Patreon for exclusive content and some fun goodies. And once again, thanks for listening. And let's go ahead and head on over to the next episode. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.